looking at India's backyard and our immediate neighborhood, well, diplomatic relations between India and Maldives have been precarious ever since pro-China leader Mohammad Muizzu took over as the president. Now, after his rather contentious move to ask India to withdraw its military troops from the island, Maldives has decided not to renew a key agreement with New Delhi. Now, this agreement allowed India to conduct surveys in the Maldivian waters. This agreement essentially helped India in assessing the water, I beg your pardon. Now, this is a strategically important exercise for India. Now, these hydro surveys are critical in ensuring safe maritime transportation in the international waters. Now, looking at the larger picture, Maldives is important for India in more ways than one. It is less than 70 nautical miles from Lakshadweep, and key commercial vessels also ply the Indian Ocean via Maldives. So we'll try and look at what this means diplomatically and the geopolitical fallout of it as well. But joining us now, Mr. R.K. Radhakrishnan, the Associate Editor of The Frontline. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us. Straight up, let me ask you my first question. How do you look at this, and what really does this hydro survey mean for India strategically? Because a lot of viewers wouldn't know that. How important are these hydro surveys in terms of, just looking at the strategic significance of it?
Yeah, obviously it's very important, as you really explained well, which are the channels that can be used for what kind of navigation, and what kind of channels need to be kept open, and what kind of channels should not be allowing traffic, and what kind of traffic can traverse at what distances and what not. I mean, it's a huge technical thing, but then to break it down, it is like this. But then I would say that this is actually a reflection of the local politics. Yes. Now, Muizzu had already, I mean, we have discussed in an earlier program that he has said India out, as in the troops from India has to go out. Now, on week 1 of his assuming as office, but then it is week 6 now, and Indian troops are not out. The Malay mayor elections are going to be held soon. Now, he has to show some kind of resistance towards India, and I think this is one of those things that he has done, just to say that I am against India and I am fulfilling my promises.
Yeah, and we'll come to the larger geopolitical significance as well. But just looking at Maldives, why is the island nation important for India strategically and geopolitically? Of course, it's in India's immediate neighborhood, it's India's backyard. But, instances in the past also show that India must maintain good relations and a substantial amount of influence in Maldives as well.
Absolutely. It is one of the key shipping routes which traverses from the Gulf of Aden into Singapore, and we have traditionally protected this route forever, and it is also one of the key oil shipping routes. So all the oil supplies, including to the major in the region, China and Japan, and of course India, all have a link via this route. And India uses Colombo port as the major transshipment port, for goods intended towards India. If India did not use the Colombo transshipment port, as much as 70% of Colombo traffic would have been out. I mean, they will not have business at all, and that also passes through this region. For India, it is very strategically important to maintain, all commercial connections with and to ensure the security of this region. Having said that, I would also add that Mohammad Muizzu is now backed into a corner. I really hope that government of India does not take out its muscular diplomacy and show him the space.
So what should it do then? What should it do diplomatically? It's of course going to be a tightrope walk for India, but what should it do diplomatically? Should it change its stance drastically? What do you think?
Not at all. I mean, we just need to sit on this particular question. There will be questions in Parliament, but then those can be handled. But the issue is that we have to let the mayor elections get over, and then there is also a parliamentary election coming over in March.
Right.
So it's a very, very, very small time frame. We have to give Muizzu some kind of space, because whether we like it or not, he's going to be president for the next 5 years, unless of course he's
impeached.
And
that has been India's approach, particularly as far as that India out policy is concerned, and that decision to withdraw military troops. So that has been India's approach. And of course, we also have to look at the larger South Pacific perspective as well, where China is expanding its footprint, whether it's Pakistan, Sri Lanka or now Maldives. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us on India Global this week.